other people. Communicate to inspire. Inspiring simply means you enable people see themselves than they are. I know sometimes people mess up, and maybe you may need to point it out that please, maybe you're in a mess, you made mistakes, but you don't leave them there. Now you have got to transport them into the future with the gift of your language and show them the person they can become. And you can only do this when you know how to communicate. When you know how to communicate to other people, how to communicate to transform lives, how to communicate and change them. Because as we go on in life, you realize that we always communicate. Because where there are two people, you're bound to communicate. Whether you're a student, still you have a parent who is paying for you tuition, no fees. You have to communicate to him to give you that money. So now you're two people. That means there is an art that you should learn. And if you learn that, your life will change. Your plans that you have, your ideas that you have that have been lacking funding, now you get someone to fund you. So now you learn how to communicate. And in inspiring, you must have a vision whereby how do you want these people to be? How do you want your life to be? Because vision simply means you getting a picture of where you want to be, of what you want to have in a particular period of time. But without it, that means you're on a journey without a destination. And it means you will wander aimlessly in life, looking for answers, and only to end up knowing what you already knew at the first time, whereby nothing will improve in your life, nothing will change. And the second one, the second aspect in communication is how you communicate yourself. You know, some people when they are alone, their communications are very poor. The way they communicate to themselves. You know, you find them saying, me, I'm poor, I come from this. You find them every talk they put out is about their weakness, about their weakness. For them, they never feel good talking about that thing that they are good at. So for them, all the time they're talking, they assume a victim mentality. They want to be victims and they make people sympathize with them. But no one has ever changed the world with a sympathy. So for if you go around with excuses wanting people to sympathize with you, because your communications are poor, so even the communications you put out will also be poor. Because your input is wrong. That means your output will be wrong. Just as if the garbage in is wrong, that means the garbage out will also be wrong. You get it? So they will sympathize with you, but you never influence anyone in this world in such a manner. So we have got to change. Communicate to yourself that you are well able. That if it's skills, you will acquire them. But stop demotivating yourself. You see, like putting yourself down, you know, that you have low value. No one says that to yourself, but it's you. This issue of this aspect of communicating, how you communicate to yourself, you even see it in the Bible, whereby there are people where the children of Israel were God wanted them to cross, to go to the promised land. And when they are about, they told them to send messengers to go and see, survey the land. And when other people came, they said, hey, we found giants there. And we looked like grasshoppers in their eyes. And those people were the other side. They never said that these people were like grasshoppers. But these people, because of the way they see themselves, they have low esteem, low confidence. The way they communicate to themselves is so poor. So even this time when they sent to them, they came back and they said, hey, we were like grasshoppers. But they are themselves telling themselves that we are like grasshoppers. No one said so. But that's how they were communicating with themselves. And they died. So such a communication, I've never seen them go anywhere. Those people communicate like that to themselves. who always communicate their weaknesses. They seek to exalt their weakness than to bring out their abilities, so that their abilities can overshadow their weaknesses. And even they talk about their weaknesses all the time, and they're not ready to take them out or to work on them. They're not ready to change. They just simply continue talking about them. Because if at all they take out their weaknesses, they have nothing to talk about. Because for them, they're used to talking about bad things. And that is very bad. Another set of people were sent, another set of spies. For them, Joshua and Caleb, when they came, said, we are well able, we can take it. And that is the attitude that I want us to take from today. We are well able. We are able. We can do it. If other people can do it, we can also do it. They are flesh and blood. We are flesh and blood. They are born of a woman. We are also born of a woman. If they can do it, we can also do that. We can also do it. And if we take that mentality, if we feed ourselves with such a mentality and with such ideas, we will do great things. We'll leave a great legacy. We'll be influential. We will shape our generation. We'll be men of influence. We will become a force to reckon with. You get it? So, let's learn how we communicate ourselves. You're self-precious. And you can only communicate well to yourself. You can build your confidence, your self-esteem, and your self-worth when you know your identity, who you are. You're not a small person. No, you're a big person, and you are loved, and you have a purpose to fulfill, and you're carrying something great on the inside of you. Maybe you've forgotten about it, but it's time to resurrect those desires that you've been having. Let them come up. Let that fire come up. That zeal you used to have, those goals, those ambitions, where did they go? That person that used to communicate well to himself or to herself, that things will be okay. That I'm going through a winter, something good will come out. That person who used to communicate that so may endure for the night, but tomorrow, but during the day, things will work out. What happened? What happened? You see? And in communicating to ourselves, we must be true to ourselves. Those things that are working out, we must improve. Then those that are not serving us, we must put them in check. We put them in check. Those that are bad, we do away with them. And now we look at something that will serve us better, something that will improve our life. And if you're true to your past, you only need a good memory. But rest assured that you will never get anywhere if what you do is remembering the past, and exaggerating it. Fine, look at the past for experience and look at the future for inspiration. Look at the past for experience and look at the future for inspiration. So don't remain in the past. I think we all know the story of Lot's wife. For her, all she could do was to look in the past. They were moving and they told them, don't look in the past. Don't look behind. And she looked behind. What happened? She became a statue. So people who look at the past, they become static. Statues are static. They never move, never go anywhere. So if you concentrate on the past and you're not learning anything, but you just concentrate there just because you want to see as a victimized person, you never gain anything in life. You'll be static. But if you're willing to be true to your future self, willing to be true to the person you can become, then you need a vision. You need to be clear of the person you want to become and of how you will arrive there. And the words that we are communicating today, they are very serious. Because the life in the 21st century is very serious. Things are changing every day. It is very dynamic. So if we are to win, if we are to touch many people than we touched last year, we also need to be dynamic. acquire more ideas. That's how we can change and influence people. That's how we can become influential people. That's how we can become a force to reckon with. And another one is how the communication of other people affect us. The problem is some people are surrounded by energy vampires. These are people who suck you. They suck your energy, whereby the vibe of feeling okay, feeling happy, excited to do the job. Some people that they are fond of just demoralizing other people. So you must put in check your group. The people you hang out with, are they serving you? What are the ideas? What you spend all day talking about? Because a unit of destiny is time. So time is a great asset in a man's life. So if you waste it, chances are your life will not be so useful as it would be if you managed your time very well. You see? So these people we spend time with, they should be good people who encourage us, who lift us. Even the movies that we watch should be good, not those that expose us to wrong thinking. They should be the ones that expose us to right thinking, so that we can think right, do right, and achieve right. That's when we can become influential people in this world. So if the books we read, we must take care. And you can only read the right things, listen to right things, when you've discovered yourself and you discovered what you want in life. And my prayer is that you receive the grace to discover yourself early, and great minds whose work will drastically and dramatically change your life. Because for me, I discovered myself early. I realized I wanted to be a doctor and also a public speaker. And that I've done so well. Every day I've been improving. I've done this when I didn't want to. I've done it when it was hard. I've done it when it was easy. But I did it anyway because I knew it's what I wanted to do in life. And you see, so even you, today you must check what you want to do in life. Because me, the books I don't read, because they are not concerned, they are not related to what I want. So now I read the right books. You see? But so if you are going to be in fashion, then you have to read fashion books. If you want to be in motivation, there are books on that. Books on all that. In leadership, be a leader. Be an effective leader. There are books on that. Management, there are books on management. So you have to know. Engineering, there are books on that. So you must know what you want in life. This will affect how you spend your time, the people you spend your time with, the people you relate with, and everything that you do in your life. This will also help you. This is a right woman, because they say, I remember Adam, you see, God said he saw Adam was not doing well, he wasn't happy. And then God said, let me give you a helper. So women are helpers. But so, meaning they will come and help you in that thing that you set out to do in your vision. So whether a teacher, whether a public speaker, or a doctor. But an issue comes when for you don't know what you want in life, or when you've not figured it out early. So you get someone who is fit or suitable for a doctor, yet you're a teacher. You're going to get problems in your relationship. You're meant to support a teacher, but now she found a doctor. Things are hard. Maybe she was meant to support a musician, and now for you, a doctor. Now she sleeps outside, she goes to Vivulu, She's no longer at home to support you. You come back tired from theater, from operations, but no one is there to help you calm down. You get my point. And if we want to get far, we must learn to prioritize things. For example, the Bible says, make yourself, there's a verse which says, make yourself good in the field, and then you make yourself a home. That means if you want to build a strong life, if you want to build an influential life, and to leave a legacy in life, you must do things in a systematic order. There's a pattern you must follow if you want to build a great life, if you want to be great, and if you want to influence more people. There's a pattern you must follow while preparing your life, while seizing opportunities, and in the days of earlier preparation, there's a pattern you must. And there is a time, and mostly why I love talking to youth so much is because while you're a youth, you have a lot of time whereby you can experiment and know things which can work out and things which cannot work out. But when you're too mature, you're in the evening of your time or evening of your days, for example, you're 50, you're 60. Sometimes there is no much time. There's so much on you, requiring your attention. And the time is very small to attend to them. But when you're a youth, you have time to explore and learn things which can work and things which cannot work out for you. You learn where your abilities are, and you can learn as much skills as you can, and then you sing out those few which can serve you very well. And so I feel excited because when the youth are taking this knowledge, because you have to get as more knowledge as possible. Because as you acquire more knowledge, you become unfit to be a slave. And when I realized that when you are ignorant, you become a slave to that thing you are ignorant to, I started searching out knowledge. And in my life, I'll continue searching out knowledge. Because the more knowledge you have, the more you are unfit to be a slave. You get? Because most of the things you will handle them very well. The conman will not come and take your money. No, you are knowledgeable about that. And that's what will improve your life. And you live a better life, and you live an effective life, and everything will work out perfectly in your life.